Mauritius approach, good morning. Condor 314, descending flight level 250 to Grand Bay for the Grand Bay 1 arrival.
About 20 minutes before the landing, we contact Mauritius approach by radio. This is the appropriate air traffic control.
Condor 314, morning. Descend flight level 110. Expect offset ILS approach runway 14.
Condor 314, descending flight level 110 for the ILS offset approach runway 14.
Including the briefing, we have so far done 13 hours service time. During the flight, each of the pilots can rest in a special cabin compartment, but for the landing, we are all fully focused again. The third pilot is always a help, because from the jump seat position, it's sometimes easier to see some things.
Approach, this is Iranian 101 with you, Sobat 1 departure, 2,400 feet climbing 160, Sobat at 0432.
Iranian 101, continue the Sobat 1 departure, report level 160.
Consider Sobat 1 160 next, Iranian 101.
The item and checklist combinations begin once again. Now for the approach items.
Go the approach checklist down the line.
Approach checklist. Approach landing elevation is checked. Speed box
139, 175, 215.
set. Recall
Checked.
auto brakes.
2.
Approach checklist down to the line.
This time we have read the checklist only partially, in other words, down to the line. The remaining points are read when we have the altimeter set from the standard value to the pressure value of the destination airport. We're already expected in Mauritius. This has less to do with the fact that we regularly fall around this time of the day, but that a flight plan was created before departing from Frankfurt. This flight plan consists of everything that all the air traffic controls on the route need to know. It is submitted by our flight dispatchers. Hence Mauritius approach knows that a Condor Boeing 767 is coming from Frankfurt. In Mauritius, it's much less busy than in Frankfurt. Only a few other aircraft can be heard on the radio. This means we can fly directly without any detours. Like after takeoff in Frankfurt, as we were cleared for even higher altitudes, we now obtain clearances for even deeper altitudes.
Condor 314, descend 4,000 feet, 1020, cleared offset ILS approach runway 14, next report passing Espia.
Welcher Punkt?
S-Pier.
Condor 314, descending 4,000 feet for the offset ILS runway 14. And please say again the point to report.
Position Espia, Echo Sierra, Papa India Romeo.
Okay, call you Espia, Condor 314.
Das ist der Golf Bravo Yankee.
Ja.
So, Speed 250. 4000 und 1020.
Jawohl.
Wenn immer du bereit bist, können wir die
Gerne.
Approach below the line lesen. Ich weiß nicht, ob das ILS schon identifizieren kannst.
Habe ich schon, ja. Approach checklist below the line. Altimeters
1020, 11,000.
1020 11,000 und enough aids identified. Approach checklist completed.
Seatbelts on.
Seatbelts on. Lights on.
We now are cleared to 4,000 feet and to continue the approach. We have to report again when we fly over a particular navigation point. Here we will make an ILS approach, which means using the instrument landing system. The speciality today is that the system will indicate a little staggered approach due to construction work. You'll see that soon. Anyway, we can now conclude the approach checklist. The landing lights and the fasten your seatbelt signs are on.
Da ist Port Louis, der Hafen.
Genau, hier ist Grand Bay.
Mauritius Tower, good morning, Condor 314 descending 4,000 feet.
Morning, Condor 314, reports altitude.
Condor 314, passing 4,600 feet.
Condor 314, reports 8 miles final.
Condor 314, 8 miles final.
Flaps 1.
For landing, we lower the flaps so that we can fly slower. This shortens the landing distance and is therefore very important.
Jawohl.
Da kommt, wie wir gesprochen, ne?
Ja.
Können wir canceln. Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Jetzt aus 4000, ja.
Jawohl.
With a button on the control wheel, I turn off the autopilot again and the alarm signals that. I say manual flight so that both my colleagues know that I have already taken over the control.
Condor 314, 8 miles final.
Condor 314, runway 14, wind 150 degrees, 08 knots, clear to land.
Condor 314, clear to land, runway 14.
Genau.
And runway left.
Copied, Condor 314.
Gear down. Runway ist weit, hat er noch dazu gesagt.
Ja.
8 miles final means 8 miles to the runway, approximately 15 kilometers. The landing clearance has already been given to us.
Localizer and flight director.
Now comes the hot landing phase. The landing gear is deployed and we put the flaps to the final landing position.
Was wird mit Vetter?
Der braucht noch ein bisschen im Wind.
Ja, ja. 5,8 Meilen waren gecheckt. Flaps 20.
Soon we come out of the clouds and we can see the runway ahead of us. As expected, a little bit to the side. I continue to fly manually and visually.
Mach Visual weiter, der Offset
Ja,
führt uns wieder hier ran.
alles klar.
Flaps 25, speed 144.
Flaps 25. Final speed
1000.
144. Disregard. Cabin is ready.
Danke dir. Final checklist.
Final speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
3 green.
3 green. Flaps
25.
25. Final checklist completed. Clear to land. Runway straight ahead.
Inside.
That was the final checklist before touchdown, and now my full concentration is applied to the landing.
1200 stabilized.
Confirmed. Runway inside. Continue. Der Wind müsste noch deutlich abnehmen, wie er gesagt hat.
500.
Ja, Moment. 8 Knoten von vorne, 15 Knoten von links. Disregard flight director.
Approaching 14.
Wind 120 degrees, 5 knots.
Copied.
The wind comes slightly from the side. That complicates this approach a little bit. Mauritius is known for lots of wind.
300. 200.
Approach and landing are the most fun for me, especially when you fly to a great island like Mauritius.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
After touchdown, many things happen automatically because we've programmed and adjusted them previously. The speed brakes go up and the tyre brake is activated.
Auto brakes is armed.
However, we have to activate the thrust reversers manually, which are located in front of the engine levers.
$60.
60 knots. At this speed, we disable the reverse thrust again and a bit later the speed brakes. For us pilots, it now means we have to keep our concentration because the way to the parking position is not often easy, especially at an unfamiliar airport. But Torsten and I have been here several times, and compared to other airports, Mauritius is relatively clear.
Under 314, taxi to Bay 9 via Delta, Yankee and Hotel.
Under 314, gate 9 via Delta, Yankee and Hotel.
Rechts ist frei.
Kannst du mir die Karte gerade rüberschicken?
Jo. Sync not possible.
Offset. Will er nicht.
Macht er nicht. Musst du dir ziehen von mir.
Ja,
So,
auf der
hier
Landing
rechts.
bitte mit
Jawohl.
APU.
We turn on the APU again, the auxiliary power unit, so that we can stay in Mauritius independently when the engines are off. Now we retract the flaps.
So, das ist Juliet, der nächste ist ein Hotel.
Here comes an economy measure. We switch off one of our engines. We can do that a few minutes after the APU is in regular operation. Here in Mauritius, the distances are short, so we won't save much fuel until the parking position. But we also have airports in the network where you have to taxi for some time, and there the saving effect is certainly bigger.
So, APU läuft, 3 Minuten sind dann left fuel control switch cut off.
Left fuel control switch cut off.
You may remember the fuel control switches from the takeoff. Torsten puts the left switch to the off position, and thus the engine goes off.
So, hier ist Hotel. Gate 9 ist hinter dem zweiten Airbus.
Jo.
...767, oben in der Mitte.
Oben in der Mitte. Jetzt habe ich es auch, ja.
Now we're almost here. In the Boeing 767, the pilot on the left side controls the aircraft on the ground. I try to slow down as gently as I can, so that no one falls in the cabin. Sometimes there can be passengers who stand up before the seatbelt signs have been turned off. As soon as we stand still, the other engine is turned off, and again an item checklist combination is done.
Parking items. Parking checklist.
Parking, hydraulic panel.
Set.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Off.
Seatbelt signs.
Off.
Left and right isolation switches.
On.
Speed brake.
Down.
Flaps.
Up.
Fuel control switches.
8 miles on the final, Union 102.
Radar, transponder,
Union 102,
ILS.
runway 14, wind 140 degrees.
Chocks.
Correction 120 degrees, 5 knots.
Yes, good
Clear to land.
Good morning. Chocks in
Runway
position.
14, Union
Thank you very
102.
much.
And runway stand.
Chocks.
Copy. Position.
Parking brake.
Released.
PTT switches.
Normal.
Normal. Parking checklist completed.
Ground director.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Can I have the chocks time, please?
On trucks time at 3.5.
3-5. And the aircraft is? Good.
Aero is good.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Similar to the takeoff, a lot of things now must be done at the same time. We must finish our checklist, talk to the ground technicians, staff come into the cockpit, and so on. There's a lot to do. I hope you had a lot of fun with this audio commentary, and I hope that you have been given an interesting insight into our work. My passion for aviation is still huge, and I would choose to be a pilot again at any time in my life. Maybe we'll meet on board sometime. I would be delighted.